Hey Homo sapiens and Marbites, it's me, Rogue Marby Scott. Happy New Year, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back any new watchers or new subscribers. I have been noticing you a lot recently, but because of changes and settings on YouTube, I can't name you all, so I'll just leave you up there to say thank you. And yes, this video is me. I am going to obviously create a makeup look, and I'm going to be using the Proud palette from Jolie Beauty. This palette I have been waiting to get for little over a year. It's not that I ordered it over a year ago. No, I ordered it just before Christmas, and I got it 2 days just before Christmas. So I ordered it on I believe on the 19th, and I got it on the 21st, which is a Saturday. Really quick shipping for me. I've heard some horror stories on the internet that some people, you know, had some trouble getting their stuff. I'm surprised that I got mine when I did, especially because of the holidays and everything. Although I'm in the UK and the company is in the UK, I'm surprised that I still got it in a time where I could be like, yeah, I'm gonna use that for Christmas Eve. I'm gonna talk more about this lovely vile palette. I'm going to talk a little bit about it before we go on to the look. So this Proud palette by Jolie Beauty, it's a rainbow palette. And rainbow, what do you associate rainbows with? Well, the LGBT community. And this is why I decided to buy it, because it was specifically designed and made for Pride, and it was made in 2019, I believe. And also a lot of the shades, well, all of the shades have been named by people who have contributed to the LGBT community. Just named some of the shades, as you can see. So I'll start from top to bottom, and I'll leave a little thing there because I'm gonna read it out and everything, you know how I do. So you've got the Graphs, you've got Elton, you've got Ian, you've got Julia, Alok, Nadia, Ruby, Freedom, Inclusion, Unity, Acceptance, Strength, Expression, and Love. Some of the shades that I did use in my look that you're going to see very soon are from these two lines and a little bit of this, well, that one glitter, and then we're going to be using these two lines. Do you want to see some swatches? Let's go on to doing some swatches. So I'm not going to swatch all of the shades, just because I want this video to be very short and just accessible. Just get in there to do the look. So I'm gonna go and swatch in the yellow section, because I never used any of the yellows in the look. So I'm gonna use my pinky finger, and as when I'm just going over that, like I'm just going over this, and it's a nice creamy powder texture. So I'm just gonna put it over my tattoo here, and I'm just going to rub that in. And that shade there is Ian. I'm gonna go in with Kath, which is the lighter yellow. Oh, that felt nice. I'm just gonna put that right there. So my lights are a bit bright, but still, you can see, yeah? Then I'm going to go in with Paul. And I really like Paul, but I don't know if that would actually go with my skin tone, but maybe I could do something that would work, hey? And that is Paul. And then we'll go in with the glitter from that section, which is Unity. And I've made sure that my hands are really clean. So if you noticed that they're a bit dry. That's because I did some hardcore cleaning. So we're gonna go in with the Unity, and that's the glitter of the palette. And look at that. That is just woohoo. That is just beautiful. Now, can you see the shine? Yeah, you can. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Now, all of the shades are similar, apart from the Alok or Alok. I really don't know how to pronounce that shade name or person's name, but I use that shade in the palette, and it's a blue, but it has like glitter reflexes, and I've just swatched using a finger that I have not cleaned. So let me just clean my hands quickly just to show you. But it does have like some glitter reflex. I want to go harder on that. Like, these shades are really easy to blend, but I just want to show you how you can intensify that color. And all the colors, they all kind of work the same. So that is 2 swatches, and then we're going to go in with a third. Not too much of a difference because it is so much there is so much pigment there, and I love it. So let's talk a little bit about this palette. So this palette is a palette where they do give to charity. They give £5 out of every, I think it's, how much is it again? They give £5 out of what you pay to the Albert Kennedy Trust, which I am so happy about, just because, you know, you can do a pride palette and whatnot, and you can just be like, oh yeah, you know what, we're doing a pride palette, we're doing a palette for a cause, but you don't actually give money to them. So they're actually giving money to the Albert Kennedy Trust, which is a charity here in the UK that supports people who are homeless in the LGBT community, or are living in very hostile or dangerous situations at home. So it is a charity that I have donated to before, and it is a charity that I have donated once again with this palette, and it's a charity that I also always will support. So, enough of that talking. Shall we go on to the look? Yes. So guys, I've already primed and prepped my eyelids, and we're going in straight with the shade Ellen using a flat tapered brush, and I'm going in very lightly because these shades are very pigmented, so I'm just going to, you know, build up on that shade before I carry on with the look. I don't want everything to be too much, so less is more sometimes. Happy with that shape, I'm going to now use a blending brush, and I'm going in with the shade Lady Phil, and I'm just going to go around those edges and blur them out a little bit, because Lady Phil really does complement Ellen, which most of these shades, they all complement each other, which is why I like the layout of this palette. Anyway, I'm just going to keep blending that out and blurring, and, you know, making sure that I am happy with that before I move on to the darkest shade and then cutting the crease. Using a smudging brush, I'm just going in with A-Lock, and I'm just going to follow the natural shape of my crease, and then I'm going to blend up a little bit just to create some definition, and then once I'm happy with the intensity that I've got there, I'm going to then use some concealer to go and do some cutting. taking a little bit of Lady Phil and Ellen, I'm just going to blur those lines from where I've put a lock and just intensify the look just a little bit more and make it a lot more blended out. Now I'm using some concealer, and as you can see, I'm cutting this crease. And today I'm being very careful because normally I use a bigger brush to do this, but today I'm using a really small thin brush, and I'm paying attention because, yeah, today I'm just paying attention for whatever reasons. Anyway, as you can see, I'm studying my eye, and I don't normally hold a mirror in my hand, so this is very uncomfortable for me. So yeah, look at my skin, it's terrible, but whatever, it's New Year's, everyone's skin's gonna be terrible. Now on the outer section of our cottage, we're going to use Nadia, and I'm just using the same brush that I have cleaned off that I placed on Ellen, and I'm just going to pat and blend that in towards the middle, but leaving a little smidge of that white concealer. Then I'm going to go in my inner corner, and I'm going to use the shade Cara, which was named after one of my famous I love her, Cara Delevingne, supermodel, love her to bits, like, yeah. Anyway, yes, as you can see, I'm just using a small brush to do that section. I don't want to use a big brush because I need to be careful. Anyway, going into the glitters, I'm going in with Strength first, and I'm going over the white part of my eyes because I want this to be more stark, and then when I go over the other parts of this shadow look, you're going to see that the color shows enough for you to see the shadow underneath, but you still see the glitter. So just patting in motion. These glitters are actually self-adhesive, so you can use it without a base, but I chose to use a base just to make sure it's gonna stay there for as long as I need it to stay there if I went out or whatever. So just patting that in. I'm going to go in next with the shade Expression, and Expression I'm going to be using on the outer corner of this cottage, and then I'm going to blend that in to the look, and then on my inner corner I'm going to use Love. So as you can see, I'm going on to the orange side, and I'm not going to show you way too much what I'm doing because it's exactly the same thing that I did on the blue. So what shades I went in with first, like the blue, I went in with Gok, then I went in with Kylie to blend, and then I used Elton to use as my darker shade. Then obviously I went in with Inclusion as my main glitter, and then Freedom and Unity afterwards, and that is basically the look that I used. And I'm also going to do a little extra in a minute where I'm going to put some glitter underneath my eyes and whatnot. I didn't like the look that much after I put glitter underneath my eyes, so I opted not to even, you know, take any pictures of that final look. So what you're seeing here now is my final look that I wanted you to see, but anyway, you're going to see the other final look. So you can decide, let me know in the comments down below, did you like the final look or the edited final look that I did not post up on my Instagram? So as you can see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going in with glitter underneath my eyes. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just wanted a more dramatic look, and you know what? It's 2020, we might as well just go dramatic sometimes. So guys, that's exactly how I got the look. I know I'm not wearing the look now. The first intro that I recorded was terrible and I was just stumbling on my words and I just couldn't get everything out because I was so excited that I was doing my first video for the new year 2020. And yeah, so I decided to re-record this at the start of January sort of thing, but I initially did want this to come out just, you know, after everyone had been partying and just wanted to relax and watch videos after being so hungover. Anyway, I do have a discount code for you guys. There are always discounts on the website. However, if there's not a discount on the website, you can use the discount code ROGUS55 and get 10% discount off of any item or of your whole basket. And also I will leave the website down in the description below, or I'll just place it here. Yeah, is that a nice place to put it? And yeah, I really enjoy playing with this palette. Like, I played with it a lot more times than just this video, and I've created some really nice and subtle look. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because I've been taking for way too long, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Happy New Year! And what are your New Year's resolutions? Do you have any? I don't. I really don't. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Marby Scott.